And I'm looking for, oh, here we go.
Hello.
We we will wait just a moment, make sure a couple of other people get a chance to pop on. All right. Well, good evening, everybody. I'm Christy. I'm in North Carolina, in a little town called Monroe, about 25 miles east of Charlotte. Um, I'm a mom and a wife and a dog mom. And during the day, I work at a boutique. I do all kinds of things, but including like their social media, help with displays. And I actually love working on the floor with customers. That's actually one of my favorite things because I am so clearly a people person. So that is definitely like one of my favorite things to do. But I also definitely love doing their social media and doing graphics and photography for them as well. How about you, Lisa? What do you do during the day?
So, hello, my name is Lisa. I am in the Los Angeles area in Long Beach, right outside of LA. Also a dog mom. My son, who's 22, is a little jealous of that because she's my new baby. And a wife. And I actually work for a large distributing company and I work with Mexico Export. So, all day long, I get to work
Oh,
with people from Mexico. Yeah, I'm communicating with them all day. So, it's kind of
are
cool.
you bilingual?
I'm not bilingual. I Google Translate a lot. Yeah,
I love it.
but
That's
this job is
awesome.
actually helping me learn a lot of Spanish. So
Oh, that's so good. Well,
yeah.
goodness, I'm trying to think. I am a stage 4B metastatic survivor. I'll get it all out there. I've been NED, gosh, it'll be 2 full years in May. So I'm kind of at 18, a little more than 18 months. Did two lines of treatment. The first one was traditional. I did external radiation, um, low dose chemo, and then I followed that up with immunotherapy, which is sort of what uh, got me to my NED. Um, and currently, aside from those lovely long-term effects from treatment, I'm actually doing great. How about yourself? What is your history?
How long did you say you were NED, Christy?
I'll be NED 2 years in May.
Yay, great. Awesome. So I am a stage 1A1 metastatic recurrent cervical cancer survivor. So, started this whole thing in 2016 and was treated with just surgery. And then when the cancer returned in 2019, it was aggressive chemo. And then I actually did follow up with like 38 treatments of preventative cancer. I'm sorry, preventative treatments of Avastin. So I'm 5 years out. I'm 5 years NED, but I'm only about 3 years out from treatment because I did have treatment for a little bit. So just like you, just I think like the point of my life right now, I'm just in like living my life after cancer and kind of trying to navigate that area of my life and like what does this hold for me?
And it's funny, I think we spend so much time, you know, when we're going through treatment of just getting through that, right? The whole,
Yeah.
our goal is for you to be cancer free, that we don't spend a lot of time talking about what comes after that. Um, it's just, yeah, we just don't talk about it. It's nothing that we necessarily prepare for, or that, at least in my experience, that we even talked about my doctor's office. It was always the focus was this is what we're doing to get you, to get the cancer gone, and that was it. And then um, for me personally, like when I was done, I used to go at least every 3 months. I've graduated now, if you will, to every 6 months. And in May, if all is well, I'll go to just seeing him once a year. And it's almost a foreign thing because I mean, we literally, when you're in the battle, you're going daily. And
Yeah.
it's crazy to think he's going to be like, well, see you in 365 days. It's like, really? What
Yeah.
do I do?
It's actually funny that you say that. I joke around and say that my oncologist broke up with me because she's making me find a regular gynecologist and I have an appointment with her tomorrow. So it's my first time really seeing anyone besides my oncologist in almost 10 years. I mean, I would almost kind of go to her even for like cold symptoms and stuff like that because you're just constantly in contact with them. They always want to know what's going on. So I'm nervous about tomorrow. I'm going to be meeting my new doctor who's not an oncologist. And I have a list of things that don't have to do with cancer that I'm going to talk about because I just feel like this is so brand new to me. And it's weird. Like you said, I'm just going to have to build this relationship now with this new team. I'm not done with my oncologist. I'm still seeing them every year, like you said. But in the meantime, they want me to just kind of like be on a more normal regimen with other doctors.
Yeah.
So I totally get what you're saying. Yeah.
Kim, Morgan says, "Oh, a breakup," and then Kim says, "Yes, it's a graduation." I was like, "That's what I was told." It's like you're graduating,
Yeah.
and it's like, okay. So,
They
oh, that
literally
is
know I
so
want to stay
wild.
with them.
I, I have mixed feelings about that. I mean, I like my guy on fine now. We did not have a good beginning, but I do like him. Um, but I really like my OBGYN, my regular guy. So I'm kind of excited to just kind of be back under his care because he's just he's probably going to retire soon, which is going to like break my heart, but he's an old school doc, so he hates all the computers. He wants to, I mean, I think if he could make house visits, he would absolutely do it because that's really like more his speed and mentality as far as how he likes to be with his patients. So, who
Yeah.
knows? Did
Yeah.
how like I guess so let's see, 2016. How old was your son when you were in treatment?
So he was young. He was like 11 or 12, and
Oh,
we were trying to have another child. So it was just like that weird time where he was knowing what was going on, was really wanting to have a brother or a sister. And then had to go through like all of this at this like the whole treatment, and then also like kind of losing the chance to have a sibling. um
right.
so yeah, it was difficult. He's 22 now, but it's definitely, we've both grown like so much from it. I feel like it was like a family experience. So yeah, like it was something that he had to grow up with really quick, and I just
Yeah.
remember him one time telling me, like, I don't care if you're sick, mom, as long as you don't die. And I was like, oh, wow. Well, that, like, I can't promise him that.
Oh,
And then the second time around, he told me, like, when are you going to stop being sick? So it was a lot for him. You know what I mean? There was so much that he probably carried for so long. And I think that now that we're here, I think we're both trying to learn how to navigate like the after. Um,
yeah, that's so
yeah.
interesting because my son was the same age when I was diagnosed, and um, initially I was diagnosed at stage one, and so I, by no means do I mean that was easier, but it was kind of, we had a different viewpoint on how to tell him and like what the treatment would be, what the success rates would be, all that good stuff. And then
Hmm.
when I was restaged to four, we almost didn't know what to do because we had gone through this whole discussion already and thought we're good, we're gonna get there, it's no problem. And then it was like, oh hi, you're stage four. It
Hmm.
was like, okay, I don't know how to wrap my head around that, and especially not to for me to process it and then tell my son. Um, One of the things that we were sort of lucky was he was really fascinated by the science of everything. And so I think in some ways that made it maybe a little less scary for him that he
Right.
was just like, well, what does the medicine do? What does the machine look like? All of those things. And I really think it wasn't until probably about a year later, maybe even a little longer, that we actually realized that he didn't fully understand what going from one to four meant. Um, and
Mm.
so, that was just very interesting. Um, but yeah, dealing with being a parent going through treatment was like, yeah, I hope I don't wish that on anyone. Um, and I think especially as women, because we're trying so hard to caretake our families. And then here's a very real situation where we really should be taking care of ourselves, but we're still
Yeah.
too busy, I think, kind of ministering and taking care of everybody else that um, the one time then we really shouldn't be on the back burner, but we kind of put ourselves there. I think it was also a little bit of denial too, like if I just take care of my family and do what I normally do, I don't really have to deal with the fact that this is happening to me. But I don't know if you've ever felt
Yeah.
that way, but yeah,
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 actually, I felt I don't think I was in denial, but I didn't want to be like, wanted to be remain positive about everything. I remember posting on Facebook and I said, this is the no sorry page. Don't tell me you're
Yes.
sorry. Don't tell me like, oh, I don't know. I just wanted to hear like, where you're going to get better. We're going to do this together. You're going to fight the heck out of this. And so I kept such a positive front. Obviously, I was terrified and I was so scared every day, but I didn't show that really to anybody. I don't think, definitely not my son, because I wanted to stay positive for him.
Yeah.
And I think my family and everybody kind of thought like, what's wrong with this lady? She's so positive. But it was the only way that I knew how to get through it. You know what I mean? Even in treatment, I would come in and I was in a good mood all the time. And my nurses were like, they loved having me there because I did bring, like they said, a ray of sunshine, which I'm not going to say I did that, but I tried to. But at the same time, there's other people there who are in a different mood. And so I couldn't be that like that, because I think that would have really brought me down. So,
Yeah.
you know, I did have this positive outlook that just really, I think it helped me get through everything. And I think it helped my son as well.
100%. 100%. Leah on our chat is saying that she always fought for everyone else, that it was really hard for her to focus on herself per se. And Kimberly said she felt the
Yes.
same way too. Like she,
Yeah.
put her makeup on and went in to do her battle, and yeah, kind of
Hmm.
pushed it aside. The fact,
Yeah.
I think denial is probably not the right word. Because I was very much the same way. I kept my positive mindset to the point that I even told my doctor's office that I fully understood the diagnosis and the staging, but that they weren't to mention it again. So he probably thought I was crazy, but I was like, I just don't want to hear that because I have different plans. And I was going to
Yep.
stay very positive. And I'm one of the weirdos that because there was so little, I had so little control over everything as far as like, the appointments and the times and when I had to be someplace. And I was at the mercy of everyone else's schedule. And so I clung to like the littlest, silliest things, but it was things that I could control. So it was very important to
Hmm.
me. And so one of those things was that I literally did like dress up for chemo, not like majorly dress up, but I would put a little makeup on. I'd maybe not just wear like yoga pants and a t-shirt, I'd maybe go in a dress to make sure they could access my port and everything, but it just kind of made me feel a little bit more empowered about what was happening.
Yes.
Um, yeah,
Yeah.
which is crazy. Were there things that you did? I know like one of my ovarian cancer sisters, she would go in costume. And I mean like Claire would go as a clown, Claire would dress up and go as a witch, like literally to chemo. And she adored it. It made her feel good. And obviously, the people who were having treatment got a huge kick out of it. So I don't know, did
Yeah.
you do anything like special or different that kind of
Well,
helped you through
I
those moments?
always rocked the bald head. I never put a wig on, and I thought I looked great and fabulous. And then one thing that I did do is I started wearing these magnetic eyelashes. Like you put a magnetic
Ooh,
eyeliner on your eye, and then the eyelashes stick. So it's not glue.
fun.
And I wore those all the time, and they were like big, huge butterfly eyelashes that I loved. And I would bring them to other patients at chemo as well. And I just like would leave them on the little table, and we would give them out to the other patients. And so that was something that was cool. The nurses loved them. They even started wearing them and they didn't need to. So,
I
but
love
yeah, I think
that.
just having fun with that kind of stuff is fun.
Oh, have fun. Leah said that that her supporters felt better if they saw her or perceived her as being better or feeling better, which I think is very true.
Exactly. I think so too. Yeah.
And Kimberly loves your no sorry page. I
Yes.
like
No
that
sorries
too.
on this page. No sorries here.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. That is perfect. Oh my goodness. And yeah, it's crazy. Like I would never have thought that. Well, I mean, I never anticipated having cancer, so I would never have thought like, what would my response be to this or to that or whatever the case may be. So, oh my goodness, is there anything
Yeah.
else that you
I think we
might
did
want
a
to share
beautiful
with
job,
anybody that's?
Christy, with our response.
Oh, yes, I think we did. I think we did. For me,
Yeah.
positive mindset was huge. Was absolutely huge to get me through the other side. Um, and that's sort of
Yeah.
become my focus in advocacy is like trying to spread and share that hope, um, and joy with other people because for me it was so important to get through. Is there anything else that you
Yeah.
would want to tell anybody that's out there online?
No, it just with Survivor, there's so much more to explore, to learn, to advocate with and for. And I'm glad that I have you ladies in my life. I'm just feel blessed. And we just got to keep going.
Yeah, 100%. Um, thank you so much for just sharing a little time with me. It's fun to just chat as girlfriends and just kind of hang out and get to know each other more. Like I said, I had met you at Survivor School and talked to you a little, but this was kind of more fun to just sort of get to know you a little bit better.
Yes. Same, Christy. I appreciate it.
Of course. Well, I also want to thank everybody that's online with us and checking in. I think that I yeah, I'm just so grateful that our community is out there, that you all are here sharing, that we've been on social media sharing. Um, but absolutely, and even if if you didn't get to join us live, thank you so much for watching the replay. Um, it makes these conversations just even more impactful and meaningful. Um, so yes, thank you, thank you. I do want to remind you all too, though, that tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, is the CCAM wrap party. You can find more information about that on our website, survivor.org. It's also all over social media if you are on any of our pages, Instagram or Facebook. Um, it may even be on TikTok. I apologize. I don't hang out there that often, so I don't know. But yeah, I really oh, it's survivor.org/events will take you directly there to tell you what's left. But I definitely encourage you to go back if you've missed any of the lives, and a lot of those, watch a lot of those. We've had coffee talks, we've had other conversations below the belt, but definitely tomorrow, come party with us if you can, because it's going to be a whole lot of fun. So, all
Yes.
right. Well, thank you so much and have a good rest of your day. And we will just hopefully see you
Thanks,
all later.
everyone.
Yep. Come join us tomorrow. Bye, Tamika. Bye, Kimberly. Bye,
Bye.
Leah. Bye, Franny.